Hello viewers, Masquerade, very good evening. Welcome to African Beyond Television Network, where we are committed to give you the latest trending news in the region of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor, or any bias. So, there is a story which is trending here in our news circles, where 4 detectives are in court for stealing money which they recovered from a theft incident. So we have put the link in the description box for the matter, and that was reported by ZimLive. So 4 detectives were based at Borrowdale Police. These are CID detectives. They're in court and they are answering theft charges. And it is alleged that the 4 detectives stole around 70,000, which was recovered. So I'm going to take it in steps. So the 4 detectives here are Edward Mateta, 49, Tinashe Matongo, 32, Princess Mavis Matikiti, 35, and Costa Davison, 32. And they were remanded in custody to Tuesday for bail hearing. That is Tuesday, that is tomorrow. That is when their bail hearing is. So we are going to see tomorrow what is going to be the bail for them. So the state alleges that the detectives who are stationed at CID Borrowdale, they got information that Viola Mutumbu had stolen a safe which had 70,000 and also jewellery worth 10,000. And it was stolen from a house in Belvedere, and it was handed over to someone called Chriswell Fainoza. And the detectives arrested the first criminal, that is Mutumbu, and they also went to arrest Chriswell Fainoza, and they recovered a safe. And it is alleged that they took 66,000 from the safe, and they handed over Fainoza 4,000, and they left. So it is alleged that Fainoza then went on to file a police report, and the detectives were arrested and subsequently were brought to court. So it is so said that if indeed the allegations are true, it is so said that our nation is descended to an embarrassed level, because you can actually see that crime is happening at an alarming level in the nation of Zimbabwe. The crime rate is rising each and every day. The police, the involvement of the uniformed forces. There was a report in Masvingo where a police officer stole some of mafuta and other cosmetic products. And there was a report where a police officer again in Harare stole some breakfast items. So you can actually see that it's because of hunger, it's because of the poor remuneration they are getting. They have resorted to stealing. So just imagine somebody who is being given 36,000 RTGS. Just imagine having access to a lot of money. 70,000 US dollars is not a few dollars. That is a lot of money. So you can actually see that by giving our detectives peanuts and expecting that they will deliver, that is a total unthinkable thing which is happening within the government of Zimbabwe. So just imagine our detectives are dealing with gold criminals, people, hardcore criminals, which are looting gold and smuggling out of Zimbabwe. Just imagine you have caught a thief and you are given 50,000, and the thief is carrying gold worth cannot 1 million, and you are offered 50,000 or even 100,000. Are you going to leave 100,000? While list at home, you don't have cooking oil, your kids are not going to school, you don't have clothing, you have not paid your rentals, you have arrears. Are you going to leave that money? So you can actually see that it is because of our failed government, because we have seen that the majority of the police officers, they live at the residences, at the police residences, and they don't have their own staffs. That is the majority of them. So when they are going to retire, they will retire with nothing. They will retire and they will go to the raw areas. They failed to build proper raw areas, raw homes. So they will go with nothing, because when you are earning 36,000 RTGS plus 170 US allowance, you cannot build anything in your raw area. You cannot do anything at your raw area residence, which means whatever they get, they will take. So personally, I understand the situation of our detectives. I understand the situation of our police, and it takes real leadership to look into such issues and address such issues as they are. So it is so said that instead of them helping us end criminal activities, they are now behind bars answering charges of theft. And these are the issues we would have reduced when we were doing, or when the government was being run properly, when President Emerson Mnangagwa had respected the constitution and respected the labor laws in the nation of Zimbabwe, we would have seen these cases decreasing, because there are still police officers who love their jobs, who love investigating, who love arresting without bias. But just because they have no option, you start by stealing small. You know what? The issue of stealing, you start by stealing small. It's like taking alcohol. You start it slowly up until you see that this thing is so good. So this behavior of stealing started slowly, and it is now in the blood of a lot of people who are supposed to be upholding the law. So if you go to the courts themselves, the same people who are putting others behind bars, they've built houses using corruptly earned money. The same people who are arresting other people, they've built houses and bought cars using corruptly earned and stolen money. So just imagine you have caught a criminal with a kg of gold. Are you going to take a kg of gold and let the criminal go, or are you going to put the criminal before the law and before the courts? That is a very important issue to look at. So it is very rare for you to see somebody leaving money while you have poverty at your home, while you have not paid rent, you have so much debts at home. So this has affected us. Mr. Isaiah Stolle, thank you very much. There is no rule of law in Zimbabwe. These guys are hungry. That's why they are stealing. Yes. Mfumira is walking scot-free after stealing 70 million. So these guys, they are behind bars for stealing 70,000. Yet somebody stole 70 million. And if you check the numbers, you can actually see that these are petty criminals. In terms of the people who are looting in government, these are petty criminals. The real criminals who looted the 70 million. Obadiah, who is working scot-free, was fired after looting 60 million. You can actually see the amounts here. 60 million US dollars was looted by Obadiah, and he was relieved from his duties for that. Yet he is working scot-free. He is the person who we would all want to see behind bars and being denied bail. But instead of denying him bail, they are denying Job Sikhala, Godfrey Stolle, and others for simply speaking out. So check how this government is treating our own people. We are going to watch and see how they are going to continue in such a way. But this is not embarrassing. If we are to look about the millions which are being looted, I was laughing when I was looking at the issue of Christmas, where the police was deployed to go and beat or stop the AGM of Christmas. Why? Because there are certain individuals who want to take over Christmas. So in the insurance sector, They are now stealing in the agricultural sector, in the fuel sector, in the financial sector, every sector. They are stealing millions, looting millions, which belong to the government, which belong to the people. Monies which are supposed to be helping the people of Zimbabwe. And these are thieves who are stealing at a very, very, very unimaginable scale, at a very large scale. These are criminals, hardcore criminals, stealing our money, and nobody cares about it. Yet you see petty criminals being jailed, petty criminals being arrested. So we want to see every criminal being arrested. We want to see every thief, every looter being arrested. And that should start from the top. That should begin from the top. We want to see all the criminals from the top being arrested to the bottom. But that is not going to happen, because a thief cannot arrest itself. So we need to see a change of government. And once we change the government, that is how we can begin to see somebody who is not a thief arresting thieves. And that somebody is not going to be fearful, because you will know that I have not stolen anything. So when I'm arresting thieves, I am arresting them knowing fully well that they will not retaliate by arresting me or by creating their own charges against me, or they will not produce any evidence against me. So that gives you power, and that gives you authority to arrest others. That is the reason why you see, after even threatening people to return what they looted, nobody returned anything, and nothing happened. Years later, people are still walking scot-free after looting and stealing. 15 billion is still missing, yet people are continuing to steal. Okay, Anzi, kana mapurisa awita basa rekuba, where is the rule of law? Hey, the situation in Zimbabwe is very bad. It shows us this government has failed. Yes, so if the allegations are true, you can actually see that this is an embarrassing moment for Zimbabwe right now, because the people who are supposed to be upholding the laws, who are supposed to be protecting the laws, these are the people who are now being involved in the looting. They are now being hunted by the same laws. So it is a tragedy. As Zimbabweans, we need to think to protect ourselves. We need to register to vote and make sure that we put a people's government in power. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let's continue subscribing. Let's continue ringing the bell so that we don't miss out each and every time we go live, because we plan to do extensive reporting on the Zimbabwean issues. So we are planning to come every hour with different stories. So you have to subscribe, you have to be ready, you have to brace up for that. So thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much for your support. Be blessed and shingetwai namwari.